Hey guys and gals, hope everyone's doing well. So I've got my wheels off because I'm doing a wheels off cleaning of the wheels, particularly to get to the inner barrels, which I can never really do a good enough job going between the spokes with my wheel woolly brush. I mean, I can get the wheels pretty clean, but not as clean as I'd like to get them. So to get them really clean on the inside, I've got to take them off, and it is what it is. But I also use this time to go ahead and inspect the brake pads and also to check the wear on the tires to make sure they're wearing evenly, etc., etc. So it's multi-purpose. But today I want to tell you a little bit about a product that I just recently acquired, which are these Rennstand Jackstands. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I've been using these Jackpoint Jackstands, which I really like. They work really well. But I only had 2 of them, and I needed another pair in case I need to get all 4 wheels up at the same time. So I stumbled upon this good deal, and I picked them up. And I gotta say, these are pretty nifty. I like them. There's definitely some differences and some benefits and disadvantages between the 2 products that I'd like to share with you. But overall, I'd say it's a good product, and definitely something worth considering, especially if you have a low profile vehicle like a 911, although I know that they are used with lots of low profile vehicles. So I'm going to use this video to kind of more to review the Rennstand, but also to kind of show some of the differences compared to the Jackpoints, because I've already got a video on the channel going over the Jackpoint along with the Harbor Freight low profile jack. So this video will really be more focused on the Rennstand and comparing it to the Jackpoint. So anyways, as always, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Tell me if you like these type of Jackstands, if you hate them. I know there's a lot of people out there that like the quick jacks. I think those are pretty cool too, but I do like the old school stability of a jack stand to hold up a vehicle. Even though they don't get up very high, they do have a certain added sense of safety and security, which I do like. So anyways, I will be talking more about that shortly, so stay tuned because there's definitely more to come. Okay, so for the purpose of demonstrating how to use the Rennstand compared to the Jackpoint, I've had to raise the vehicle and rest it down on top of this wood block in order to get the Rennstand piece under the vehicle. I can say that for the Jackpoint Jackstand that isn't necessary because this sits about a full inch lower when placed on top of the floor jack than the Rennstand piece. So there is the advantage of being able to access a lower to the ground vehicle with the Jackpoint versus the Rennstand from the initial setup of the stand. Now, if your vehicle does not sit this low, then that's not even going to be an issue for you. But if you are indeed trying to find the lowest profile jack stand, the Jackpoint is a bit approximately a full inch lower than the Rennstand. But now that we've got it set up on the wood block there, let me show you the process for raising the car up onto the Rennstand. Alright, so to demonstrate this as efficiently as possible, I've got everything set up here ready to deploy and get the Rennstand underneath the vehicle, lift it into position to put the legs on. So first step is placing this top piece on the floor jack, and then we're going to lift that into position, which it is, and we're going to lift this up just high enough to be able to position the legs of the Rennstand underneath the vehicle. So you gotta give it a few pumps there to get it high enough. And then once it's high enough, I think that might be a little higher than necessary, you can put this into place there, pop that pin in. There's the first one. Now we'll get the second one in. So sometimes the holes don't line up perfectly, so that takes a little bit of jiggling. There we go. So now that those pins are in place, you can gently lower the vehicle very slowly. There you go. So one of the things that I want to point out about this, if it's not already obvious, is that these stands, I know they have a pretty significant weight capacity, but if you're using these stands at a higher height than the lowest setting, then you have to understand that the weight of the vehicle is being supported by these locking pins. And to me, I'm not sure how confident I feel in the weight of the car on those locking pins. Although, I guess from a structural engineering perspective, they are probably adequately strong, but just want to point that out. All right, so now to demonstrate the Jackpoint jack stand. So since the car is already lifted on the other stand, as you can see there, getting the Jackpoint base plate there underneath the vehicles is going to be, it's already up in the air a little bit, so you're not going to have to lift it as high. But we're going to go ahead, actually I'm going to just take this puck and position it right there. Then I can position that there, and there we go. Give that just a couple of pumps. And then you slide this in, you position it under the plate, and then you carefully lower it. Now, sometimes it doesn't sit perfectly, so you may want to there we go. So that's the setup process for the Jackpoint. So there's your Jackpoint, there's your Rennstand. You can see that the Jackpoint is a little bit more of a direct process. There's no adjusting. You don't have the variable height options that you do with the Rennstand. But if you don't need that height, then getting the Jackpoint set up is a little bit more straightforward. And well, also given that you can access a lower vehicle without getting it on a wood block like I had to do for the Rennstand, that there might be an advantage as well. All right, well, now that I've got the wheels off and back on and cleaned and shined up, it's time to go in reverse order and take these stands down. All right, we're going to start with the Jackpoint. We roll the the jack stand, not the jack stand, the floor jack underneath. And let me just make sure it's positioned properly inside there. And then give it a couple of pumps. Probably could have done with just 2, but 3 pumps there. Pull out this very hefty piece. And then I'm going to very slowly lower it. Now it's not going to go all the way to the ground because the rear is still lifted. But that's it right there. And there's the removal of the jack point. Alright, so now we're going to remove the Rennstand. And I want to point out that the extra step that involves the wood block or having the car up on a ramp or something along those lines, that really only applies if your vehicle is really low, like more than, more or less than, say, 5.5 inches. Pull out one pin, pull out the other, give it one more little pump. There we go. This slides out. That slides out. I'm not sure why I had to wiggle that out. And then we lower the car gently. Well, that was kind of gently. Now again, the reason I have to have that wood block there is because this is just too tall. But now what do? Is I take one of my hockey pucks and I put the hockey puck here, and I could also drive the car off the ramp, but that probably is not a great idea, considering that if I go backwards, here we go. So this is the extra step that's involved. And now we can lower the car gently, gently, all the way down. And there you go. Of course, you don't forget to remove the hockey puck if it's this kind that sits up there. Otherwise, you're going to have a major clunk down the road. All right, so we're going to have one final look at both of these products. You have the jack points here on the right, the Rennstands on the left. So this last portion of the video, I don't think this is going to, push you strongly in one direction or another. I think it really depends on what you need these for, and if the features or disadvantages of either of the products are going to make a significant enough of a difference to sway you away or towards one of them. Here's what I could tell you. If you need something with variable height, then Rennstand is the better option of these two. Clearly, because that has variable height from 11.5 inches to 16.5 inches, whereas this one is only about 11.5 inches. Now, in my opinion, if the height isn't, the variable height is not as important to you, but sturdiness and stability is important to you, then I would probably go with these. These are made out of cast iron. I mean, they are heavy. These weigh close to 20 pounds each, 18.8 pounds to be precise according to my bathroom scale. Those weigh about 13.5 pounds each. These have a 4,000 pound capacity each. According to that sticker there, it says it's got a 6,000 pound capacity. I don't know if that's per pair or for each, but I will tell you something. I don't know that I would put 6,000 pounds on that. Maybe on this at the lowest setting, but I don't know about on this setting, because when you think about it, you see these pins? Those pins are what's holding this thing together. And I don't know that I would trust 6,000 pounds on one of those. I don't even know if I would trust 3,000 pounds that high, but that's the rating. So I'm gonna take it for what it's worth. These say they're rated at 4,000 pounds each. I definitely trust it. You can see the wide footprint that this thing has. It's larger opening here to slide the floor jack in. Those are, you can take those apart, disassemble them, and put them away in a nice small package. These, on the other hand, are one large piece, but you can stack them, and you can stack the tops too. Both of these make tops, pads for vehicle specific application. I did not buy the Porsche specific tops for these because I wanted to be able to use it for any vehicle. So I bought a generic top, but I use these hockey pucks with this little adapter that is made for Porsches. This also has vehicle specific tops to put on it. If you recall from one of my previous videos on this, you're able to get this under a lower vehicle than you can that, mainly because this top part, which has to sit on top of the floor jack, is a lot thicker than this part, which has to sit on the floor jack. So you can definitely get this part under a lower vehicle than that by about a difference of about an inch lower. So if you have a low vehicle like mine, remember, this one I can barely get under my vehicle. That one I couldn't get under either side, front or back, without first elevating the car and putting it on top of a wood block or a ramp. So anyways, I think you could tell where my inclination is on these stands. I really do like both of them, and I scored a really nice deal on those Rennstands. So I'm glad that I have those as a backup pair, as well as just to have a second pair for if I want to get the entire vehicle off the ground, all four wheels. I have no issues or concerns about using this on the lowest setting. I doubt I would ever use it on a higher setting, but it is rated to be used at a higher setting, so I guess you got to trust what it's been tested at. Well, you don't have to. But anyways, I hope this video kind of helps in some way make a decision for you easier. I get nothing from either of these manufacturers. I do this purely for the desire to help you, because this is what I like to do. And I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Share your comments. Even the haters, I love to read the hater comments, and I will respond back. So please ask me your questions, leave me your comments, and as always, stay tuned because there's more videos like this coming. I've got some stuff already in the works, and you'll hopefully be able to see them soon. So anyways, that's it. Take care, everyone, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.